Good morning, everyone. Clayton Biker Cowboy here at Biker Cowboy Garage. Been a little bit since I've been here. Been having a lot of exciting stuff, kind of looking for a house, and yeah, a lot of stuff going on. So a little less of the Biker Cowboy garaging has been going on, and a little more of adulting. So we're gonna try and remedy that problem. Got a lot going on. Let's start with today's project so far, the race van. So this thing's had a pretty good miss in it since I got it. It's a 4.6 liter Ford V8, and it kept getting worse, and I kind of reached around and pulled on the plug wires and it changed. So got to tear this whole intake duct out. Of course, on the inside I put it back in already this morning, but you got to tear out the whole doghouse. Not a big deal once you kind of know what you're doing. So I found several plug wires that were not pushed on all the way from the Ford dealership, so I put some dielectric grease on them and put all the plug wires on the van, and it ran perfect. So that was awesome. And then it started missing again, so I pulled it back apart this morning about 6 o'clock, and 3 of the plug wires had popped off already. So I don't know, I was reading up on it and talking to some people, and I guess those 4.6 liters are kind of a big long wire with a rubber grommet at the top and the bottom. You really got to push them on there. So I got a socket extension and reached way down in here. Well, you can't really see anything, but way down in there with all this stuff ripped out, and I pushed as hard as I could, and now it's running perfect with no mess again. So the race van lives to haul stuff around another day, so that's fantastic. So on to, we'll go to the Sportster Sport first. So the Sportster Sport has been on a commission for a little bit here. My starter took a dump, so it did not leave me stranded, but it was not engaging. You know, it would just kind of freewheel when you hit the starter time and time again. It was like it did it once, and then once a few weeks later, and once, and then it did it a whole bunch of times. So anyways, it is time to replace the starter. Tried to order it through Harley, and it was back ordered for 5 weeks. So I went a different route, and I should have a starter this Friday. But like I said, due to looking for houses and stuff such as that, I haven't even touched this thing. So the poor Sportster Sport's been sitting for a while. I rode it home from work, put it right on the rack where it sits, and that's that. So in the interim, I've been riding Chubb's the race bike to and from work. Good to put some miles on Chubb's, and kind of cool to take it out to bike nights and show it off a little bit. So Chubb's has been running great, and we had our 13 Virtues bike night this past Saturday. First bike night when I am physically able to go to that I've ever driven to. So I left for work and felt what I thought was water dripping off the front of the motor. It had gotten parked out in the rain for a little bit, and got a few miles up the road and realized that my entire right leg was soaked and my shoe, and looked down and saw gas vapor spraying out all over me and the exhaust pipe. So whipped around, came home as quick as I could. I'd ride it up the hills, shut it off. As soon as the fuel pump went off, it had stopped spraying. Got all the way back to the house successfully, and touched it. And there is this little fuel guy right here that your injectors sit in. So I noticed from the other side one of the O-rings was sticking out. So this little black piece holds all your fuel rail and injectors, and it was broke off. So then it really gushed fuel everywhere. Another part that we didn't have in stock, or I should say wasn't in stock anywhere around, so I got one of those on order as well. So both bikes are actually down at the moment, which bums me out. So we'll get them back up and running. Hopefully I'll have some more kind of cool content. This starter for the Sportster Sport I'm pretty excited about. I've never torn the clutch and all that off. They say it's really tight. We'll see if I can break this compensator nut loose with a pry bar. If not, I'll have to borrow somebody's impact, but we'll see. So I'm kind of excited. I have a Evolution Diamond Series clutch that's going to go in this. It's been on the shelf for a while. I got it from a guy and just haven't wanted to tear the whole primary side apart. So I'm going to tear that off and put the Evolution clutch in, which is just supposed to be far superior from what I hear. Knock on wood, I've never had an issue, and you know this bike has a ton of wheelies and abuse on it, but they say if the stock clutch decides to go or break, it can do some pretty catastrophic damage. I've seen a few at the dealer that had that happen, and it kind of tore the whole primary up. So yeah, so that's the plan on this. Got to tear this off to get to the starter here, to get the starter out. Looks like I'm gonna have to pull the exhaust system to get it on this side, no big deal. And I've just been waiting to tear this apart because I knew I had a starter on the way. So yeah, this has been the week of adventurous stuff. Yeah, so just kind of prioritizing. So now that the starter is on the way, it said it shipped this morning, should be here guaranteed by Friday. I'm hoping to start tearing into this. Chubb should be a pretty easy fix once the part gets here. I'm not really going to mess with it a bunch. One of the fork seals on Chubb's decided to blow. The right fork seal blew out, and I think it blew all its fluid. It leaked out quick. So another fork rebuild on the way for that. But that's not major. I'm super happy to have the race band back in running order. Yeah, so that's kind of the plan. Mario's going to come over in a bit with his, he picked up a Sportster 72. I think we had him on here. I know he was on here. We put apes on his 883 and slammer shock, swapped it from mags to spokes. Kind of made it more of a little bobber looking bike. And he was wanting a little more power, ran across a screaming deal on a Sportster 72. So he picked it up from a car lot that he didn't know what they had, and they'd been in inventory quite a while. So he got a killer deal on it. I'm super stoked for that. And it's running a little bit rough. We looked at it, and it had some really, really not nice wiring. It looked like somebody added some accessories and cut them off at the ends to take them with them, and never removed the wiring, just left it hooked up to the battery, and it was literally just a wire wedged under the pole on the battery, like no connectors or anything. So so we yarded all that out kind of in the parking lot at work on lunch break, and got rid of his need to change fuses frequently. So he's gonna bring it over. I don't know exactly what it's doing. He said it's running a little bit rough, so we're gonna kind of take a look at it and see what we can figure out there. Other than that, life's been good. Just excited to get this bike together, get moved, and get racing this winter. I was hoping to make it to Castle Rock, hoping to make it to a few things. Super excited for all my friends that went to Sturgis this year. I didn't get a chance to go. No worries. Next year, hopefully I'll go for the 80th. But just thank you everybody that shared their experiences and their GoPros and all your feeds. Of course, Ian Anderson, our good buddy on Make Lemonade Tour, check him out. He's went to Sturgis, and he's on his way. I think he's in Minnesota now, riding for a good cause, trying to make a difference. So check out Ian. He also, his bike has changed. If you're following him, last time he had a Iron 1200 Sportster, and right before he took off to Sturgis, he got a brand new Street Glide Special, put some apes on it. It's a beautiful looking bike, all murdered out. So he'll be out there riding around. Oregon weather's been nice here. You can see it's sunny. Absolutely beautiful day. I've been trying to get out and enjoy this state, at least this part of the state, some as much as possible. So, you know, just trying to enjoy the summer. We went up to Mount St. Helens. I'd never been to the actual, like, the area where it blew up. Really cool stuff. I don't know, it's kind of a long ways out of the way of anything to get there, so I was a little bit seemed like a long ways to go for not much, and I got there. It was really cool. Got to do some hiking. Hiked into June Lake up there. Went to the Ape Caves. Hiked into Blue Lake. Just kind of been all over the place. Went down towards Bend. Checked out some cool hot springs, and on the Santiam River. It was absolutely beautiful. So anyways, hope you all are having a good summer too, and I'm going to try and keep these updates coming. Get back in the garage, get stuff together. And yeah, hit me up, give me a follow, give me a like, give me a share. Come hit me up, come over here, be on Biker Cowboy Garage. I'll come to you. Let's do Biker Cowboy Garage. Let's all kind of share our setups and stuff. I know Brad from Crash Inc.'s got a pretty cool shop down in Dallas, and just been trying to get our schedules dialed in, and we'll get down there and shoot an episode of Biker Cowboy Garage from there. And yeah, looks like I'm probably gonna be moving out to the Tillamook area here in the next few months at the coast. So all my friends out there, I'm looking forward to it. And still only about a beautiful 60 miles of twisties from there back to Portland. So I'll still be around everywhere, and yeah, just kind of see how life changes. I'm hoping to have a little bit more freedom in my work schedule and be able to do more weekends events, more rides, more bike nights, get out and spend time with you guys, the moto community, which is just awesome. You know, it's amazing talking to everybody at Sturgis. that went to Sturgis this year. You know, I was kind of talking about it, and people were like, man, it's busy, and it's a lot of people, and it's a lot of this, and it's a lot of that. And it's like, you know, from the one show to whatever motorcycle events you go to, you meet so many cool people. It really would remind me of a family reunion to go there. You know what I mean? Like, not that you're going to know everybody, but you're going to know people, and people like Rusty Butcher, Mikey Virus, Speed Merchant, all these people that we've looked up to that are there at Sturgis, you know. It's just really cool to see those people. And I guess what's just totally impressed me in the motorcycle world is everybody I've met is super cool. You know, like Andy DeBrino is one of my heroes. We always got his poster here in the garage. But Andy always at the racetrack, if I'm confused about when I line up or whatever, you know, he's a national champion getting ready to ride a national race. And I'll be like, man, I'm confused. And he'll take time to, you know, help me figure it out real quick or whatever it is, or give me a little shout out on tire pressure, a little of this or a little of that, or a little encouraging word. So, you know, thank you to all you people that are, I guess you'd say, influences in the motorcycle community for, you know, keeping it cool, keeping this community we all choose to be a part of really rad, and just help each other out, lift each other up, and go ride motorcycles, have fun. So I'll leave you with that. So just be positive, surround yourself with positive people, and it makes your life better. That's what it's all about. So, and I'm working on that myself. So we'll all stay positive. You guys have a good week. Remember, the key to happiness is progress. So learn something, try something. If you feel stuck, make a move in life. Keep moving forward. So we will see all of you next time on Biker Cowboy Garage. Thank you all once again for following. Biker Cowboy out for the day.